Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Empressteepha here. In today's video, we are going to be making delicious homemade meat pie. This recipe is very detailed. I'm going to be sharing how to make the filling from scratch, okay? And I'm going to be showing you how to make the pie dough, a very good flaky pie dough recipe. Make sure you skip no part of this video so that you don't miss out anything, any part of the video, and make sure you drop your comments, questions, contributions and whatever in the comment section. Share with your friends and family, and if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, please do so. Thank you very much. Without further ado, let's get into the video. The first thing we need to do is to prep the ingredients for our filling. So I'll be washing and cutting the carrots, the Irish potato and the onions. After that, I'll proceed to mincing the meat. I'm going to use a yam pounding machine to mince the meat. So if you don't have minced meat, or you don't want to go to the store to buy minced meat, you can use your blender, your yam pounder or your food processor to mince your meat. So I'll just get all the ingredients ready, then I'll start preparing the filling. So I added a tiny knob of ginger and some garlic to the minced meat, and that gave it a very beautiful flavor. Now this is the minced meat after running it through the machine. You can see it's just like store-bought minced meat. So you don't need to go to the store to get minced meat anytime you want to make pies at home. Now that all the ingredients have been prepped, the next thing is to start making the filling. So I've added a little bit of vegetable oil inside the frying pan, then I'm adding the onions. So I'll just add a little bit of seasoning powder to the onion, then I'll saute it for a little bit for about 3 to 5 minutes before adding the minced meat. I'm going to fry the minced meat until all the raw color, the dark pinkish raw color, goes away. The minced meat shouldn't be left unattended to for a very long time. Make sure you are stirring and stirring and stirring. Now you see that the pinkish color has disappeared. It's still a bit pink, but it's darker now. You can see that the meat is cooked. So I've added curry powder and some grounded pepper. This grounded pepper is already spiced. It has spices and Maggi and salt. So I'm just going to be very light-handed with the spices, Maggi and everything I'm adding because of the one that is already inside the grounded pepper. So the yam powder that I used to mince the meat, I just used water to rinse out the remnants of the meat and added it to the mixture. Now we need water in the mixture to cook the potato and the carrots. That's why I rinsed out the bowl into the frying pan. So now I'm adding the Irish potato followed by the carrots. Then I'm just going to continue stirring until the Irish potato is cooked through. So I covered for a bit to allow the potato and the carrots to cook. Now I am going to add corn flour. So I added 2 tablespoons of corn flour and a little bit of water, about 3 to 4 tablespoons of water. Then I made this slurry, I mixed it together, then I'm pouring it into the mixture. The purpose of the slurry we added is to bind all the ingredients together so that they will be mushy. The mixture will not be dry. It will be mushy and it will be very nice when you are eating your pie. So it's like a binder that binds all the ingredients together and allows the filling to be very moist inside the pie. So now that our filling is done, we are going to set it aside and allow it to cool down for a little while. So now we are preparing the dough. Now this is very optional. I like to add a little bit of Maggi into my flour, okay, and I'm using all-purpose flour. So I like to add a little bit of seasoning powder to give it a little bit of taste. Then I also added salt, and now I am adding margarine. Now for the ratio of margarine to flour, I typically use a ratio of 2 to 1. That's 2 parts of flour to 1 part of margarine. So in this video, I'm using 500 grams of flour to 250 grams of margarine. Okay. So I'm going to rub the margarine into the flour. I'm just going to make everything come together, well incorporated. By the time I'm done mixing, it's going to look like flour. There won't be, the margarine will not sit on one side and the flour on the other side. Everything is going to mix together. It will give me a very crumble like, oh my god. It's going to give me a crumbly like what you are seeing right now, like that garri consistency. Okay, so all the part of the flour has margarine. There is no flour parts and margarine parts. Everything is well incorporated. So now I've added a little bit of water. I do not measure the water I add into my dough because I don't make the same quantity all the time. What I do is I add water in little quantities. Like you see the cup I used, very small cup. So once the flour has soaked in that water, I'll add another one. Then I'll keep going until my dough has come together. You can see I'm not kneading the dough, I'm just pulling them together with the water until I'm done with all the dry flour and everything has come together as a ball. As you can see now, I don't have any dry flour again. Everything has come together. So this is what you want. You don't want to overwork your dough, otherwise it will start forming gluten, and you don't want to form gluten because you want a very flaky crust. So this is what you are going to have, a very shaggy dough. Let me call it shaggy. It's not smooth, so you are just It's just as if you press everything together. You did not really work on the dough like that. So now that our dough has formed, I left it for about 5 minutes to rest so that everything will marry together before I start rolling it. So now for the rolling, I only made sure that it's not too thick. I don't like thick crust. Some people like thick crust. If you are that kind of person, then you can make it thick. You just do whatever you want. It's your preference, okay? So my own is just like a 1/4 inch thickness. So once I'm done cutting, I'll just put in the filling and bake, and that's all she wrote. When you are putting the filling, make sure you are not putting too much. The quantity of filling you are going to put is going to depend on the size of the dough, that of the pie that you have cut. So you don't want too much, you don't want your filling to be too much that it will not stay inside the pie, or the pie will now burst open when you are baking. So the pie should be able to, house the filling very well, as you can see in this example. So you can do 2 circles like I've done. Cut 2 circles, put your filling in between, and put the second circle on top. So you are going to add a little bit of water to the edges, then press it down with a fork. You can also make other shapes. In making pies, you have to be creative. You can make shapes, you can make triangles, squares, rectangles, half circle, whatever it is, whatever shape you want, you can be. In fact, with this recipe you can make pot pie. I'm going to make a video. I'm going to make a pot pie video very soon on my channel. A pot pie is just your normal filling and your normal dough. Then you shape the dough. You put the dough inside a bowl, or you form something like, I don't know how to explain it, but you form something like a bowl, then pour all the filling inside and cover it up. So you can do whatever you like basically to this pie. Now that I'm done shaping all the pies, the next thing we have to do is just bake. So I'm lining my baking pan, my baking tray with parchment paper, then I'll just arrange all the pies on it, and into the oven it goes. Here I'm using a fork to just poke holes on top of all the pies so that it does not burst open inside the oven when it is hot. And our pie is back from the oven. So it is time to enjoy your pies. Make sure you follow this recipe to the T and enjoy your pie when you make it. Thank you and God bless you. If you are not subscribed yet to the channel, please subscribe. Thank you, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye.